Hello and welcome to this episode number 12 on the Let's Play on the Lubelska Dolina map version 2 for FS17. So I just recorded about 20 minutes, a 20-minute long episode and after 20 minutes I looked at the time and I realized I turned the microphone off, which I did before because I recorded a small piece of me landing at Stansted Airport with iFly, an iFly 737-700, which was really nice, but I didn't want to record the sound in the background, so I turned off the microphone, and I forgot to turn it on. So this episode would have been a long, quiet episode if I hadn't discovered it. So, what did you miss? Well, I sold off some pigs. Actually, first I bought a trailer, so I could drive up with the kids, pigs, and then I sold about I had 99 pigs, so I sold 9 pigs. That made me $2,700, which means $300 a piece, which isn't that much, but quite realistic, I think. Oh, sorry, I lost my phone. What else did I do? Then I went and I sold off the pigs. I went and filled up the water trailer, but that was kind of empty. I returned that to its place, and now I'm just starting weeding. So I weeded field number 14. This is field number 21, so I'm weeding that one, and I will weed 50 and 15. The only ones that are left after this. This isn't very realistic. I'm thinking if you drove a weed it with this sort of growth, it would destroy the growth, fortunately. So this is probably not the way to do it. But this is the way I do it. I could use solid or liquid fertilizer on this field, but that would cost me quite a lot of money. So after a while, when we get some slurry and solid manure, we can actually use that to fertilize our field, and that won't cost us anything. But that's a bit off. Some bits off. That's bit off. So what else? So except me being a stupid idiot, not recording my sound, and you would have been nice if I hadn't discovered it. The few of you that actually listen to this channel would have looked at my recording and went like, what the hell is he doing? He's just driving. Did he stop it? Why isn't there no sound? Why isn't he saying anything? Did he run out of words to say? What's wrong with him? No. You probably would have realized that I've turned the microphone off and would put a comment like, sorry, we can't hear anything. I got a nice comment, I got a comment the other day. I don't get a few comments, but not too many, and this comment was in German, which is not a language I speak. Even though there's quite a few words in the Swedish language that are German, which means that you could sort of possibly sometimes maybe understand what a German person is saying, even though you don't speak any German words as a Swedish speaker. But I had no idea what he said. Something about nicht. So I ran it through Google Translate. I hope it translated it somewhat correctly, but and I think it did, because it sounds like it would be correct if I look at the German words that the person wrote. And I do appreciate the comment and feedback, and I keep repeating that I like when people give me feedback, both negative and positive, and this was quite negative. It was on the episode where my computer crashed to desktop, so I called it just CTD, and which is a bummer of an episode. And if I translated it correctly, if Google Translate worked, and I also I think it's correct. He said that it wasn't a good episode, which is entirely true. I can totally understand that, and I agree too. It wasn't a very good episode actually. It could have been so much better, but it wasn't. But anyways, don't say anyways, I say anyway. The problem with the comment was that it didn't really leave me any understanding of what to do differently. Because I don't like what could I could probably I could probably just ignore the episode, like not publish it. But I thought it was an interesting episode. You can see that me too. I make mistakes, and sometimes things happen that means that I sit there with a quite a long episode recorded, and suddenly the computer decides to you're not gonna play this game anymore. So bye bye, ta-da. And that was what happened on that episode. So I wanted to show that, and it wasn't a very interesting episode. Just stopped recording, and when everything went black, and I talked a bit, and then I stopped the episode. So I totally understand that it wasn't a good episode, but I was trying to put forward that sometimes the things that happen me, that happen you, probably happen me too. And you see, well, not an edited, because I don't edit these videos, but you see a sort of an edited version of playing this, in that you don't see everything that goes wrong. And there's lots of things that go wrong. Mostly it's because I've done something stupid. Probably 95% of the time it's because I've done something that wasn't very good or stupid. Playing this stupid mostly. So that was the idea. So anyway, in this person, he or she, I think it was he put the comment that it wasn't a good episode, and I totally agree. I sort of agree with it, and I also respect and thank that person for leaving a comment. My problem with it was that I didn't know what to do differently. And I said that on the Agromore runner map, if anyone ever listened that far on an episode, that I do like criticism, and both positive and negative. But please leave it in constructive way, so it helps me out, because I want to make this channel better, and I'm working on it, and it's the way it is. I'm not gonna spend hours editing the videos, because I don't have hours editing the videos. I'd rather play the game during that time than having to edit videos. I'm happy if anyone watches this. Not a lot of people do watch it, but if people watch it, I'm really happy about that. So some things won't change as it is now, maybe in the future, but not currently. And if I knew in what way the person didn't enjoy the episode or thought it was a bad episode, that would probably help me out more, because now I'm sort of stumbling in the dark as to what was the bad part of the episode. Yes, it ended up with a black screen because my farming simulator decided to do a crash to desktop. That wasn't very interesting to see. I know that. I definitely know it. If that was the problem, but I'm not sure if that was the problem. Maybe it was something else that was really bad. Maybe it was me talking all the time. Oh, I turned the wrong way. See, shouldn't talk, because then I drive the wrong way. Was it that? Was it my talking, the way I talk, the way what I said, what I didn't say? What was it? I have no idea. So I do appreciate feedback, constructive, positive, mostly, negative too, but constructive mostly, will help me improve this channel. And if you leave a comment, please say why you think it was bad. If you think it's bad, say if it's good, please say why it's good. You don't have to. I really appreciate any comments. So you don't have to, but it helps me out when I know sort of in what way I should improve the channel. Because otherwise I have no idea. That's pretty much it. It's amazing. I had 20 minutes of recording where I talked pretty much the entire time, and now I said what I said during the 20 minutes and a lot more stuff, and I'm still only up to like 11 minutes. So maybe I forgot what I was talking about. Must have been something more, right? It couldn't just have been this, because this didn't fill up 20 minutes at all. So let me did. So what else? I'm gonna prepare a long flight maybe tomorrow during the day when I'm at work with a Airbus A380. My parents and my brother and his family are going over to my brother's wife's family, his in-laws, which live in Los Angeles. No, not Los Angeles. They live between Los Angeles and San Diego, in a place called Marietta, which I think is mostly famous for Lindsay Davenport. That's her hometown. But they're going there for Christmas, so we'll be going home over to my in-laws. That live about an hour and a half from where we live, me and my family. So that's kind of cool. And cool for me and cool for them. But I will surely miss them when they're gone. Surely, that sounds like a song. That's probably a song, right? Surely miss you when you're gone. Surely miss them when they're gone. Oh, song, I suppose. So anyway, they're going. Firstly, I think they're going by an Airbus A320, British Airways, from Gothenburg to Heathrow, and then from Heathrow to Los Angeles they will fly an Airbus A380. So I'm really jealous of them. That's a cool plane. Not sure if they think. I talked to my mom and dad just an hour ago, and they didn't seem well. My dad maybe, but my mother didn't find it that interesting. She was telling me how she bought a crossword, so she has something to do, and I was like, oh, I hope if the entertainment system is working, you have tons of stuff to do. Last time I flew a long flight was to New York, I think, 5 years ago, when my fiance and I was pregnant with, she was pregnant, but it was my child too, my children were twins, and when she was pregnant with twins, we went to New York. Anyway, on that flight the entertainment system didn't work, so that was a bummer. 7 to 8 hours flight without an entertainment system is really boring. So we're closing up on all the fields being done with the reading. I think I'll check the map. So we did 14, 21, 50 and 15, or 12. We mustn't miss 12. So I'll go over to 12 in a bit. I'll do that off screen. So I'm almost up to 20 minutes where I was before I realized I turned the microphone off. And you couldn't hear anything. That would have been an interesting episode to publish. 20 minutes of nothing. Just be you driving around with a tractor doing stuff. Which might be interesting, if you find that interesting. I would find it really boring. But then again, most people would probably find what I do on any episode very boring. I think my fiance would find it extremely boring. Just being very quiet over there. So I'll stop here. This is one of the shortest episodes ever, and it was quite a lot longer. Well, it was 5 minutes longer when I realized my mistake. But I'm gonna leave it here because this episode won't get much more exciting than this. I'll do weed this field, and then after that I will do some contracting and repay my debt again, my loans. That's what I do most of the time, pay and repay stuff. So anyway, till next time, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and take care. Have a great time. Bye bye.